Mounting the Valor Gen 2 magnetically mounted sensor. Ensure the rim is clean. Position the tire approximately half of the way off the rim, allowing enough room to place the sensor on the exposed portion of the rim, either to the left or right of the valve stem. When positioning the sensor, watch for pinch points between the magnets and the rim base surface. Valor uses extremely powerful magnets to hold the sensor to the rim. If you're unable to position the sensor in the center of the rim, use a non-metal extension to push the sensor further toward the center. Note, the sensor does not need to be in the center of the rim, but simply clear of any rim components, such as the side or bead seat ring. Complete reassembly of tire and rim. Inflate to manufacturer's recommended cold inflation pressure. There are 6 installation steps for the Extreme Duty TPMS system. Preliminary location inspection. Prior to installing the system, please confirm the following requirements. The 2-inch round display should be installed into the dash or in a location that has a clear line of sight for the operator. To install the display directly into the dash, first inspect the area behind the dash location where the display is to be mounted. Ensure that there is at least 3.5 inches of clearance available and that there are no obstructions, including wiring, present. Next, select an installation location for the transceiver. Ensure that the length of the supplied wire harness will reach the previously identified location for the display. Please note that the transceiver should not be mounted behind metal in order to ensure that it can be programmed later. The transceiver can be mounted either behind or under the dash, depending on available space and materials. Locate an appropriate 12-volt or 24-volt power source. Ensure that the wire harness will reach the select power source. Round gauge display installation. To install the 2-inch round display into the dash, cut a 2 1/8-inch hole into the dash panel. Some disassembly of the dash may be required. Use caution when performing this, and be sure to avoid any wiring. An optional mounting bracket may be required if the display is to be installed in a location other than into the dash. Mount the display into the cut hole and secure. Connect the square 6-pin Deutsch connector from the wire harness to the display. Ensure that the factory-installed J1939 terminator is connected to the 2-pin Deutsch connector, which is attached to the back of the square 6-pin connector. If you'll be using the audible buzzer component, plug it into the secondary lead that originates from the 6-pin Deutsch connector. Coil the lead around the wire harness and secure the connected buzzer to the wire harness itself, or to a securely mounted part of the dash assembly using smaller cable ties. If you will not be utilizing the optional audible buzzer, be sure to coil the lead around the wire harness and secure using cable ties. Transceiver installation. Mount and firmly secure the transceiver in the location selected previously. Note, either zip tie or screw, but fasten securely. Connect the male 6-pin Molex connector on the wire harness, labeled Valor WRN-DL, to the matching female Molex connector on the transceiver. A DB9 serial port connector is attached to the opposite end of this lead. Be sure to leave this connector exposed, as it will be used to plug into the Valor Smart Tool for data downloading purposes. Power connection. Unplug the power section of the wire harness, labeled Valor WRN-DL Power. Route and connect the power harness to the previously identified vehicle power source, ensuring that the appropriate wire connects to the power source. Connect the red power wires to ignition power on. Connect the black power wires to ground. Confirm power by testing with a test probe at the male Molex connector on the power cable. Be sure to test with the key in the on position. If power is confirmed, Replug the power section of the harness back into the main harness where it was plugged into previously. Antenna connection. Select the appropriate antenna lengths from the kit that best suit your installation. Identify antenna locations by selecting areas that are well protected from damage, but that are not completely blocked off by metal, as this can affect the antenna's reception. An antenna can be mounted on each side of the vehicle, or one in front and one at the back of the vehicle. Test antenna reception before securing the antennas at the desired locations. Locate an opening in the vehicle's cab through which you can route the extension cable. The HD splitter box can be mounted either inside the vehicle's cab or outside, as it is weatherproofed. If the HD splitter box is mounted externally, connect the antenna extension cable and the two previously installed antenna leads to the HD splitter box. Route the open end of the extension cable back into the cab and connect to the transceiver. Finalizing installation. Program the sensors as per instructions in the Wireless Sensor Programming Guide and test the system. Secure all wires and antenna leads using the provided nylon cable ties. Reassemble all vehicle parts that you had disassembled for the installation. Born in the mines. Robust, reliable, and precise. Valor strong.